What's up, everybody? Let's talk some New York Mets baseball. Make sure we're looking good. Glad everybody is here. Thanks for checking in. Appreciate it. Make sure you watch to the end. Stick with me. Hang out with me for a little bit. I won't take up too much of your time. Let's talk some New York Mets baseball today. Rough day for the Mets. Rough day. All right. We are ready to go. How's it going out there? Rough day for the Mets. We're out in Sacramento and playing the A's. And just like I said, if you watched the prior video that I did talking about the A's, I said that the A's were a team who could ball, man. They can just play ball. They're a great hitting team. You can't really take them lightly. They've got some really, really good pitching. At least I think so, in my opinion. Especially their what's the closer's name? Mason Miller. This guy is throwing 103, 104 miles an hour. I think 104 was the highest that I saw him get to while he was out there. Guy's doing phenomenal. I think he's got a 0.0 ERA right now, if I'm not mistaken. Let me take 0.00 ERA. Mason Miller, really good kid. Throws hard, throws some gas. It was funny when Brett Beatty and Vientos were up to bat. Both of them had to call a timeout. The announcers were laughing at them because they were like, yeah, they haven't seen anything like that in a while. And I agree with him. He throws hard, man. And I knew that there wasn't much that those guys were going to do against him, and they didn't. Miller was able to close it out. I don't know about Diaz anymore, man. I don't know if we can really call Diaz the number one closer in baseball anymore. That used to be a thing, but post-surgery, he hasn't really been the same guy. So I can't really say that. Game one wasn't too bad. We took it by the skin of our teeth. Alonso hit good. I think he was 3 for 3, had a home run, a couple of extra base hits and whatnot. But it just wasn't enough with it wasn't enough to make it like a dominating win or whatnot. The A's still came in within one run. Score was 7-6 in that first game, and it got close. It got really close. I think it was the 6th inning or whatnot where they really started to make some headwind and, crept right back up on us. Brett Beatty was in the lineup today. I was expecting him to do better. I kind of put out a little joking video earlier. I don't know if you saw it, just joking about how he was going to go 3 for 3 and hit 2 home runs and have 4 RBIs or whatnot. Just a little bit of a joke or whatnot. But he didn't hitting. He got 1 hit. Let me double check and make sure. Let me look here. Let me go to the box. Beatty had four at bats. He had 1 hit with 2 strikeouts. His batting average is now 129, and he's got a 290 OPS. So as far as that goes, he's still doing really rough. As far as the team is concerned, it looks like he's got the lowest OPS on the team right now, and also Vientos actually has the lowest batting average. Vientos, it looks like he's at 120. Yeah, Vientos has the lowest batting average. Vientos had a questionable play over there at third today. They didn't rule it an error, but it could have went either way. I thought they were going to rule it an error because he actually did get his glove on it. It was a hard hit ball. Don't get me wrong, but it was a missile sent right at him. He kind of turned from the side. He tried to play it from his hip and tried to just glove it instead of get right in front of it and trying to knock it down and trying to play it. Hard hit ball, so I understand it. He's struggling still. He was able to record himself a hit today, but both of those guys are still struggling. Jeff McNeil and Alvarez were both down playing in St. Lucie, down in Florida yesterday. From what I read, what I looked up on, a couple of highlights and whatnot, they look like they're doing pretty good. They're playing really well. They didn't seem to be still hurt or anything like that. And I think once those guys come back, I think there's going to be some shifts. Brett Beatty is probably going to go back down to Syracuse. I honestly believe that this might be his last road trip with the Mets. Once they get back home, I think they might just send him on back to Syracuse. That's just my prediction or whatnot. Once that happens, we might see Acuna start to mix in over there at third and start to get some play time over there at third. If Vientos continues to struggle, I think that will happen. And ultimately, I think it'll be Acuna probably over there at third, mixing in at third. He could take over that spot, and maybe Vientos will back up over there at second. I'm not 100% sure what they're going to do over there at second, but I do believe that Jeff McNeil is going to go ahead and take second back. He's going to get the reins back, and things are going to switch up and change. Today, there wasn't really much hitting from anybody, man. We didn't really do too much. The first 3 innings were just goose eggs, absolutely nothing going on. It wasn't until the bottom of the 4th, man. Soderstrom, he's actually a really good hitter. Soderstrom, he's been one of the top hitters in the league, man. He singled on a ground ball to center field and pushed in Jacob Wilson. That was their first run, excuse me. And their next one came same inning. They were able to put another run up in the bottom of the 4th. So bottom of the 4th, they got 2 runs. We didn't score not at all until the top of the 6th. Top of the 6th, Brandon Nimmo hit a fly ball and actually hit a home run right over to the same spot where he hit one yesterday. So it was kind of funny to see that happen. Back-to-back games with home runs, and that's when we got on the board. We finally got on the board in the top of the 6th, and that would be it, man. Nothing else from the Mets. At this point, it's 2-1. Athletics got it. Bottom of the 7th, Pareto doubles, line drive to Nimmo. Max Muncy was on base. Max Muncy scored. That's what brought it up to 3-1 Mets, and that was pretty much all she wrote. It was pretty much done after that. Like I said, not much hitting today. Let's take a look at the box. Lindor had 3 at-bats, no hits. He had 1 walk. Soto, 2 at-bats, no hits, 2 walks. So, I mean, he did get on base a couple of times, which isn't a problem. Alonso had a rough day, man. Alonso had 4 at-bats, a ground out, and he struck out 3 times. His batting average is still up there. He's at 347 with an 1164 OPS. So his batting average is still pretty good. Nimmo, he was the only one who put a run up today. He had 4 at-bats. He had 1 run, 1 hit, 1 RBI. His batting average is at 208, 731 OPS. Marte looked rough today, man. Marte had 4 at-bats, 3 Ks. He's starting to look a little strange. It might be good to start mixing Winker in there. Winker showed some glimpses of greatness a couple of games back. He won us a couple of games over the years so far with his bat. And maybe he should start mixing in there with Marte at that DH slot if they're not really going to play him as much. Beatty, Vientos, we already talked about them. Both of them combined for 2 hits. Each of them had a hit. Beatty struck out twice. And, it was just a rough day. Siri was hurt. Siri got himself hurt. Siri, I can't remember which inning it was in. Let me double check. I can't remember which inning it was in, but he hit a foul ball off of his shin bone, and it was a hard foul ball that hit him off the shin, and he was laid out in the batter's box. They had to come and get him off the field. He was able to walk off the field himself, but they had to eventually go and get the cart and take him back to the locker room. He's done. I guess we'll get some information on that soon to see what's going on with him, if he's going to be out for a while or if it's just bruised and he'll only be out for, maybe a game or 2 after take a couple of games off, and see what happens with him. Siri is not. Siri is kind of the same. He's got a .050 at batting average. I think earlier I said that Beatty had the lowest batting average, excuse me, but that is not the case. Siri has the lowest batting average. Let me take a look at him. He's got 20 at-bats, 5 runs, 1 hit, no home runs, 1 RBI, and 2 stolen bases. Yeah, he's doing rough. I mean, he doesn't play every day, but that is a little rough when it comes to stats. I think maybe we should start paying attention to him too. We've all been ragging on Beatty and Vientos or whatnot. Maybe start looking at Siri and seeing what's going on with him. Pitching wise, pitching was so-so. Peterson went 6 innings. He had 7 hits, 2 earned runs, no walks actually, and 5 strikeouts. His ERA is 2.70, which isn't bad. Jin, he looked really good for the Athletics. 5.1 innings, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. He gave up that 1 home run to Brandon Nimmo. But other than that, pitching wasn't too bad. It was a low scoring game, so it wasn't like everybody was just bombing on each other or whatnot. As far as total at bats, excuse me, yeah, we can do total at bats. Total at bats, Mets had 33. Athletics had 31. Athletics had 9 hits. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can go to an easier breakdown of this. Yeah, 9 hits. Mets had 5 hits. We had the 1 home run, no home runs on the Athletic side, which is surprising because I think they're 3rd or 4th in the league in home runs. They're a pretty good hitting team. They hit a lot of home runs. Total bases 12 to Mets 8. No stolen bases on both sides. The Mets left 8 on base during the game, 1 error, and Athletics left 5 on base, and they had 2 errors. Jin looked pretty good. Like I said, Miller, that Miller guy, man, he's going to be a problem. He's going to be a problem for MLB. He's going to be a problem for hitters, and he's a great addition for their team. And that should be something to look forward to for those guys, man. They've got themselves a really good closer, and I think they'll be happy with him. Coming up next, they play again tomorrow. I think tomorrow it's at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think it's 4 p.m. Let me... Come on. Go back to... let's see. Yeah, it's going to be 4:05 p.m. 4:05 p.m. tomorrow. And the probable pitchers, looks like for us, it's going to be Senga and Severino. Severino is a former Met, so it's going to be a former Met versus us. So that'll be interesting. I'm pretty sure he's going to be trying to pitch his ass off. Severino wants to get that win just to, kind of one up the Mets. You let me go. No, I'm going to whoop you. But the A's are a tough team. It's a rubber game tomorrow. We can end up losing this game, man. It's not, we can't take them lightly. We can't really make a lot of mistakes or whatnot, or get out there and have another day of light hitting like we had today. It's not going to be good if we don't go out there and really make some noise. They're a good team. They got some good pitching. We know they got a good closer. Guys throwing 104 miles an hour. These guys can jack home runs. They're not to be taken lightly. We got a rubber game, and we could potentially lose that game, guys. It's not off the table to lose this series to the A's. I said this in the beginning. If you watch those earlier videos, I talked about it. So, we'll see what happens. Hopefully the guys get it together. They wake up. Maybe there's a little bit of jet lag. I know that they had a late game last night. So that long 3-hour game last night, to them, it's 1, 2 o'clock in the morning by the time they're getting finished playing baseball. And, that's rough on a team. So maybe that has a little bit to do with it. Maybe they'll get a little bit more rest tonight and they can come out tomorrow. It's warm. The ball should be flying a little bit better, and they can have a better game tomorrow. But that's it, guys, man. Hopefully things get better tomorrow. We got a rubber game tomorrow, 4 or 5 p.m. back out there in Sacramento versus the A's. Hopefully we can take that rubber game and things start to look a little bit better. But we'll see. We will see. Let's go Mets, man. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out.